man, Vikings fans, man. Let's get into it, right? We got to talk about it. You know, RAP going to talk about it once I seen it. You know what I mean? So the word around town, man, and this is coming from Vikings Insider. It says quarterback Kirk Cousins offered to take a discount and an extension with the Minnesota Vikings, but the team turned it down, leaving Cousins camp surprised. Now, before we continue reading, man, I just got to say, man, if this is true, and this is actually coming from a good source, and I'll get to the names at the end, but if this is true, this is a breath of fresh air. You want to know why? Because it's showing that Kwesi and even Kevin O'Connell, or maybe Kwesi is just putting his foot down and making the decision and saying, hey, at the end of the day, man, if we want to get that Super Bowl, what we're really trying to get, the end goal, man, the goal of every single team in the NFL is to get a Super Bowl ring, multiple. You feel me? We're going to have to move off of Kirk Cousins, and why wait? You know what I'm saying? Let's let him play this year out, and we need to get our guy this year right here and then go ahead and build on to the future, because there's no reason to extend a quarterback that's 35 years old and has one playoff win. All right? Now, I'm going to just keep it real, man. Like Kirk Cousins, again, he's a okay quarterback as far as he will not sink your ship. But I'm going to tell you right now, he also will not get you to the promised land. And you have to make a decision. Are you okay with being an average football team over and over again? Or do you want to go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl? That's what you have to ask yourself. You feel me? And it's a lot easier to get a quarterback that turns out to be good on a rookie contract that you can build a team around. That's a lot easier than to keep extending a guy that's so-called proven in the NFL. But let's talk about it, right? So they said it left his camp surprised. He said, they asked, why did the team turn it down? This is why. Because Minnesota's front office is intrigued by the idea of a young QB on a rookie deal. That's why, man. We've talked about this plenty of times on Triple P during our lives. Like, it just makes the most sense, man. You look at the evidence of the NFL, and it just says that. You know, this is your two options. And I've stated this before. You either go all in free agency because you have the cap space and you can go all in, and every superstar that's available, you call their phone and you try to get the most superstars on your team to sign 1-year deals so that you can make a run that 1 year and get that Super Bowl, a.k.a. the Los Angeles Rams, okay? A.k.a. the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when Tom Brady went there. Or you do this. You go, you get a rookie quarterback, you hope that he pans out, and you build a team because your cap space, you'll have so much money that you build a team around him. Then you can go all in free agency the following year or the year after because you have tons of space. You're only paying your quarterback whatever the amount is for when he got drafted. You feel me? So it makes all the sense, man. It's just, I mean, really, it's not that hard to think about. You know what I mean? But it says Kirk Cousins is expected to play out his final year of his contract in 2023, despite wanting an extension. Will the team find their future successor in this year's draft and let him develop in Cousins' potential final year with the team? That's the question. Y'all leave it down in the comments what y'all think. I'm going to say absolutely, and that's what they should do. That's the right thing to do. All right, that is the correct thing to do if you want to win a Super Bowl with the Minnesota Vikings. Kwesi, if this is what you want to do, you know, you got to do it. And I'm going to keep it real, like, you need to get your quarterback this year then. It's looking like they're going to take a risk this year on a quarterback, and I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? I am okay with it. If you feel like it's your guy, even if it's Will Levis, sign me up. Sign me up. You know what I mean? Like, we need to build something, all right? Because we've had the same results over and over and over again, and that's called insanity when you keep on doing something over and over and over again. And I'm glad that this is a new regime, and they're not going to follow the same formula as Rick Spielman and Mike Zimmer. They're going to switch it up and do things their way, as they should. You feel me? As they should. And Kirk Cousins, when you go, hey, we going to thank you for everything you did, for what you did as far as you getting your personal accolades. You feel me? But we won a team award, which is called the Lombardi Trophy. I'm going to just keep it real with you. I'm going to just keep it real. That's what we want. And now this source is Ben Gessling and Andrew Kramer. Now, these aren't just slouch of a source. These are really sources that are plugged in and they actually get word. So we can agree, man. We can actually, and I actually seen this again from somebody else earlier this morning. So, you know what I mean? I absolutely do believe that this is true. You know what I mean? And hey, the Vikings said, Know what I'm saying? We don't care about the 4,000 yards and all that. Why? Because a lot of people might think that that Giants game didn't matter because they say he played a decent game and the defense is the reason. And we all can agree that the defense played bad that game. But you had the ball in your superstar's hand, Kirk Cousins, right? He had the ball. He was only down by one possession, and it was his chance to overcome the pressure, and he couldn't do it. And that's the narrative he's carried on. And Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi, they knew this when they took that job, and they waited for an opportunity for him to show that he's already broke that narrative, and it didn't happen because it was a big-time game. He did it throughout the season, breaking that narrative, but the big-time game that everybody was waiting to see, he went back to Kirk Cousins. And that's the problem. You know what I mean? Like that, at the end of the day, that's the problem. You can say they didn't block long enough. You can say this person was triple covered. That nobody wants to hear that in the NFL. You feel me? Nobody cares. Because why? Because other quarterbacks are making plays to win their team the football game when it matters. When it matters. That's the thing that Kirk stands tend to forget is when it matters. Quit talking to me about week 6 and week 7. Talk to me about the wild card game in your house at US Bank Stadium. Talk to me about that. You know, talk to me about how, you know, he was able to come back 8-9 times during the regular season, but when he's in the same exact position that he was in during the regular season in the playoffs, he folded. Let's talk about that. So I'm happy with the Minnesota Vikings with this news coming out, man. This just shows that we're finally about to move on and really try to take a stab at a Super Bowl within the next 3 years. And I'm okay with that, bro. Like, I have the patience for that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get our quarterback this year. If not, trade the house next year. Whatever you got to do, make it happen, Kwesi. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts down in the comment section. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gonna do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.